Hey guys, it's Nino. Um, how are you? I just wanted to hop on here and talk about something that's really important. I hope it helps you. Um, I want to talk about seeds and fire. Okay, so I went to college for horticulture and agriculture. So if you don't know anything about plants or how they work, you're about to get a lesson here. So hope you enjoy it. Um, So I want to talk about seeds and fire. Now, when you plant seeds, okay, in the ground in fertile soil, it gets some rain, gets a little love and tenderness and all this, and you sing to it, and it grows up and it produces fruit. One seed can produce many fruit, which many seeds. Okay, so it's the law of multiplication. Okay, we have a multiplying God, not a subtraction or a division. God. Okay, so it's about abundance. All right. So what works in the spiritual works natural, and vice versa. We see the natural, and it is a mirror of what happens in the spiritual. Okay, or quantum physics for those who want scientific terms. Okay, so it's really cool. So I want to talk about seeds and fire now. There are seeds. Okay, there are plants in the world. North America. In the U.S., the Northwest and the mid Northwest and so forth, have a lot of trees like oak and redwoods and trees that are very very hardy plants. Now, for smaller plants, the seeds tend to be a little delicate. Sometimes, most of the time, they're not quite hardy. You just plant that thing right there, and it just roots, and it's great. It's kind of like our dreams. Okay, when we have a smaller dream, something we're already ready for, and it comes in quickly. Okay, we ask, and it is given, and we manifest it quickly. Wonderful. I want an extra $20. Great, that's easy. I can see that in my head. I have received it as though it already happened. I got an extra $20 a week or whatever. Great. Easy little seed, very tender. Not a huge plant, but it produces. Um, some of these plants that are big, very hardy, their seeds, man, are you know, like rough. They've got hard shells. They're protected by a very hard, outside. Okay, those plants actually need something to damage them. Okay. And in a lot of cases in the forests, they need fire to damage them. If it's a seed with a fruit around it, those things are eaten by birds and other animals, right? And it passes through the gut, which then has stomach acid that burns it. Okay. And then the animals do their thing, and you know the cycle of life. The seed comes out. It has already built-in fertilizer right there, and the animal droppings, and it grows roots, and happy pappy. Everybody's great. So uh, you know so I do want to talk about seeds and fire. When you have a big dream, a lot of people get frustrated when they go to plant their seed. First you got to have the good soil. The soil is in your heart, okay, and it's in the deepest parts of your mind, okay. So that's again why believing, faith, speaking, all right, all that is very important in planting, preparing your soil, preparing your heart to believe for something so big. And then, of course, once you plant it, then there might be some fire. Okay, the fire will come. Now, the fire is not to destroy the seed. Okay, the fire is not to destroy the seed. It's not to destroy your dream. Okay, it's to crack and break and damage that hard coat so that the tender shoots and the roots can come out from there, and it can grow into a mighty tree, okay, that produces much much fruit, so much abundance you don't even have room for it, right? Okay, so uh you know an example of this fire might be, and this has happened many times, true story, it's happened to To many people I talk to, they say, okay, well, I want $100,000 a year, okay, and they're working at a fast food joint. Well, you know what? I'm tired, of this, and I just want to work for myself, and I have big dreams and this and that, and I want to do something else in my life, and I want to travel, and I want to do whatever. Okay, so you want to make $100,000 a year, and where are they at now? 7.25 an hour, right? So jumping, going from minimum wage to $100,000 a year is a huge step for anybody in our mentality, in our mental attitude, and in our belief system. We haven't seen that much, right? So it's hard for us to really, we can say we got the faith in him, but it's hard for us to really believe in our heart that we can do that. We don't know how, we don't know what's going on, we don't even know what kind of mindset people like that have, right? So what happens then? So, after believing and believing and saying, I believe, this is a dream of mine. I want to make $100,000 a year. I want to make a difference. I want to do whatever. I want to, buy that car, whatever the case is. You've got that dream, okay? And that's a big dream. So it's going to have kind of a, an intense seed. Well, again, once your heart is ready and you said, I'm going to plant that down deep, and it's going to bear fruit. It may not come to you in a month, right? It may take 2 years for you to get there. And when you plant that seed, okay, what does the fire look like, right? I'm not talking about human fire. When you're in the forest, this happens by nature. It's not good for a man to light a match and set a forest on fire, okay? But nature takes care of it. God has it planned out by natural means. At the right time, the fire comes. At the right time, the fire comes and it destroys all the old stuff. It breaks away and damages that hard coat around the seed, okay, so that it can actually produce fruit. And that's how, when there's a devastating fire, we think all is lost, but it's not. That's why new forests spring up, and there's fresh new food and new, everything's new, and it bears abundant fruit. Okay, so what does this fire look like for us? Again, you're in your part-time job, and I want $100,000 a year. Come on, what am I? And you're open. Okay, you got to be prepared. You have to be open to learn. You have to be open to to leaving. Leave the pride at the door. Okay, or it's going to get broken as well. Okay, but be open to learn and be open to change, right? Willingness to learn, willingness to accept change is very, very important, because I'm telling you, if you want to go from here to here, your world will be rocked. You cannot continue to do the same things you did, because you'll get the same things that you always got, right? So things are going to change. We hear stories and true stories of people. "Oh, I wanted this. I asked God for this. I planted the seed of belief because that's my dream." And a few weeks later, they get fired, or their company downsizes, and they get laid off or whatever. Okay, it happens. Well, that's a fire, folks. That's a fire. It will flip your world upside down. And what you think is the worst thing that can happen is really God answering your prayer. He is allowing the fire to come, get the junk out of the way. You cannot make $100,000 working at Burger King, right? Or McDonald's, or you know, whatever, Food for Less or whatever. It ain't gonna happen working for somebody else, slavishly working away. Okay, you can get all the promotions you want. Again, you want to be faithful, you want to be honorable, because that produces fruit, and that makes you worthy and able and prepared for promotion. But it's not always going to be in that same company. Actually, most of the time it won't, especially if you have big dreams. And so you got to let that take place. Okay, let that take place. All right, very important. So we have this seeds and we have this fire. Now, I mentioned, you need to protect the seed, not from the things that naturally happen. It's that you don't have control over. That's your prayer getting answered. Okay, but we do have to protect our dreams. It's really important. We got to plant them in fertile soil and we got to protect it. So I hope my friend doesn't mind, but I had a friend from California that messaged me very early this morning, and she told me, her and her fiance are beginning to have dreams about traveling. Okay, now they may not, by the world standards, by anybody looking at their, economic and naysayers and the leading economist might look at them and go, "You're not in a financial spot to go anywhere." Okay, but they still got the dream because everything starts with a dream, right? Eiffel Tower would not have been built unless the dude who built it first had the dream, right? Okay, goes for anything. And she messaged me and said, I am getting some negative feedback. She made a list, and I'm telling you, it was infuriating. Infuriating. She she listed the things that these people are telling her, just her coworkers and some of the people who are, maybe supposed to be her friends or some family or whatever, saying things like, well, you don't have insurance and you don't have the money, and what's going to happen afterwards? Are you going to quit your job? You go, blah, 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 blah. All the how, not the why, complete negative. And those people think that they are being realistic or giving good advice or whatever. In reality, they're crushing a person's dream that is not theirs to crush. Okay? When somebody tells you a dream, is very important. We are not the judge. God is the judge. And if he puts a dream in somebody else, or if they even have a dream and they ask God for, that is nobody else's business. Let me tell you, it is not for you to meddle with other people's dreams. Okay? So I know that's a little harsh, but I'm passionate about this. There are so many people, 99% of people, again, in America, never mind the rest of the world, it's even worse, that die, that die, that die with less than $1,000 in their bank and with almost all, if not all, their dreams, hopes, and desires for their life and for their children and whatever it is that they wanted to do, dead, unfulfilled. Unfulfilled. That is the saddest thing. Okay, we were not put on this earth to sit here and work enslaved to death and then die. Okay, that's not the way it works. That's not what we were meant to do. People have dreams. It is not for anybody else to say this dream is bad, this dream is good, or whatever. If it produces and helps people and is a positive thing, then they need to go for it. Okay, it's the things that is impossible. Okay, the things that are impossible that take the miracle. All right, so protect your dream. Protect your dream. I told her, I said, okay, first thing, stop talking. Don't talk to these people about your dreams. Don't talk to them. They got small minds. What happens? They dreamt big and they didn't get it because they didn't understand the law of the mind, the law of sowing and reaping, the law of attraction. They didn't understand the godly and heavenly principles that are in place, okay, of being thankful and being hopeful and having faith and believing and not doubting. Okay, believe that you have received it and you shall have it. Period. Done. Right? And people have a hard time with that because we've been raised in a society and in a world of just constant badgering, negative, badgering, and we think that's reality. Okay? It's not. It's negative. It's not. It's not helpful. Okay? So I told her, don't tell people about your dream. Don't tell people about your dream. Okay? Talk to your fiance so that you guys can cultivate that dream and protect it and love it and nurture it and incubate it. Talk to any friends who are very close who have the same mindset, who will encourage you. Okay? And for those people who have maybe shut your kids down, who said they want to be something, or they want to do, I want to be a teacher, but that doesn't pay enough. You can be pet, okay? Or I want to be a philanthropist, and I want to, whatever. Oh well, you gotta have money for that. Yeah, or hey, I wanna make $1 million a year. Well, we here in the 1920s and we're all broke and we're on the street, son. And I just don't see that happening because it's just not possible. And you know what? Because I suck and everybody else sucks and we're all just, dying on the street and stuff, that doesn't leave much hope for you, son. Sorry. Okay. Crush, crush right there. Way to go. Crushing somebody's spirit, crushing their hopes, crushing their hearts and their dreams. Bad. Okay. Again, don't do it. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Walk away. Okay? Don't don't constantly grumble and claw and rag on people and nag on them when they want to do something with their life. Okay? Now, I will tell you this, people like that tend to have either very small dreams and they've already reached them. Yeah, I've got my little job with my little $10 an hour, and I can't do anything. Maybe I want to go to Hawaii, but I'm gonna have to save for 15 years to be able to get the plane ticket to go over there. And someday I'll be able to. Someday, and then they're dead and they don't have anything. Okay, sorry guys, that's the truth. Okay, I want to give you the hard truth so you can come up out of it. Okay, they either have small dreams or they've had big dreams. And again, once again, they didn't have the training, they didn't have the understanding, okay, of the reality of the word, the power that they actually have, okay, to see that dream come true. And so they have something that they call justification. Well, okay, reality, I dreamt really big and I failed. Nothing happened. I can't make it happen. So I'm just going to tell people that this is my dream, my little 1 bedroom apartment and my little, uh, I don't know, Hyundai. That's my dream. Yeah, I'm living my dream and da 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 da. Well, if that's true, then that's great. God bless you. But most of the time it's not because those people are in debt and they can't really do what they want to do and they're flat on their back, okay, poor and not able to be a blessing to anybody else because they're sitting there fighting and clawing for what they need to live from hand to mouth, paycheck to paycheck, day by day, barely making it. Okay? I'm sorry, that's not the way we were created. So if that's your dream, truly, God bless you. But usually it's not. And because those folks can't actually see any way to accomplish their big dreams, they bring everybody else's dreams down into their little box. Yep, let's shrink your dream down. Okay. And I'm going to tell you, stay away from those people. If they're your coworker, don't tell them your dreams. Don't tell them. You have to protect. You have to protect your dreams. You have to protect what God has put in your heart. It's very, very important. Guard your heart above all else. It is the wellspring of life. Okay. And let me tell you, even Jesus did this. Okay. Okay. There's a time where if you've read the Bible or whatever, you probably maybe have heard of this. Okay. Very simple. Jesus was going about. A lady crawled through who had an issue of blood for 12 years, got healed. Well, he was on his way to one of the main leader's house, in a close region there. His daughter was sick. He got the news. He went over there to Jesus, said, "Hey, can you come to my house and pray for my daughter? She's very sick." Okay. And after the whole lady with the issue of blood got healed, another servant came and said, "Don't bother the teacher Jesus because your daughter's already dead." Okay. And this is in Matthew 9, verse 23 through 25. And it's also in Mark 5, 35 to 40. Okay. And well, what did Jesus do? He actually, he was around a bunch of his disciples and stuff and all these crowds following, and he took only 3 people, Peter, James, and John. Okay, because he knew that because they heard that the girl was dead, they may not, those other folks may not have the faith and may not have the belief and might be negative. Okay. Like the servant said, don't bother Jesus. The daughter's already dead. She's, sorry to bother you, Jesus. I guess you can't do anything. And he spoke what he wanted to see. Okay, he spoke. So he took Peter, James, and John, went to the guy's house. Okay, and there people were playing flutes and funeral music and crying and blah 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 and wailing, right? And as most people would when the little girl has died. Okay, and he spoke what he saw. He spoke what he wanted to see. He said, "Don't be afraid. She's only asleep. I'm gonna wake her up. Don't worry." And what happened? Those people laughed at him. Okay, the Lord Jesus knew what he wanted to see. He had the dream in his heart. He wanted to fulfill that. Okay. And people laughed at him and mocked him and was like, she's already dead, man. There's nothing you. They were basically crapping on his dream, what he saw, his vision, right? And what did he do? Read the account. He kicked those people out. He kicked them out of that wasn't his house, by the way. That was the ruler's house. Jesus kicked those people out. He didn't care who they were. Family, friends, okay? The little girl's best friend who was crying and blubbering all over the place and didn't believe, once you're dead, you're dead. He kicked them out. He says once they were put out of the house, then he went to the room, touched the girl, and said, "Get up." And she got hungry, and everybody was happy. Okay. Now, why did he do that? Because the Lord knows. He knows what we went through. He knows what we go through. Okay. If Jesus had to kind of kick people out of the room and get those negative people away so that he could do the dream and accomplish a vision that he had in his heart, we're not any different, folks. Okay, we are the same. He showed us the way. Don't talk. Don't tell your dreams to people who are negative, who don't have a like-minded situation. Okay, who are, um, you know, just very negative and don't have anything to offer you. Okay, don't tell those people your dreams. Okay, it's really important to protect your dream. It is imperative. Okay, talk to like-minded people. Okay, don't just blow it out. I've got dreams that I still have not told anybody, not my pastors, not my best friends. Okay, um, maybe I've told uh, maybe I think two people. Okay, who are in agreement with me because they see my vision. Okay, I tell my dreams to my mentors who have accomplished their dreams, who are at where I want to be at. Okay, who know it's possible. But I don't tell my dreams and my desires to people who are down, who are just negative and who don't, no way. Protect your dreams, protect them. Okay, so I hope this helps. Uh, once again, plant your seed. Don't be afraid of the fire. It is change. Okay, if you continue to do the things you've done, you'll continue to get what you've always got. Okay, when you plant a dream, the fire will come. Your life will change. Okay, you may lose your job, you may have to get a different job, you may be led down. The doors will open that you're not supposed to go through, and the doors will the doors will shut that you're not supposed to go through, and the doors will open uh, for the ones that you need to go through. Okay, so it's going to be a change. It's not easy. Get out of your comfort zone. Expect it. Expect the discomfort, but that's how you grow and get into a place where you can then be comfortable again. Okay, and you continue to grow that way. Okay, expect the fire. Don't be afraid of it. Okay, but also protect your dreams. It's very, very important. Okay, all right. Once again, I don't want you to be the person in the graveyard who didn't get their dreams fulfilled. Okay, didn't see their dreams come true. All right. Again, in the cemetery, richest place in the world, unwritten books, unproduced movies, uncreated inventions, buildings, businesses, okay? Creative ideas gone. There's nobody else like you. You were the only one ever and ever will be, and you have uh, to plant your seeds, your dreams. Don't follow what the world says. It's too hard. It's too difficult. Okay? That's the fact is, right? The fact is that the economy's bad, right? Rich people don't think like that. Successful people don't think like that. Okay? They think possible, 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 possible. With all things are possible with God. Okay? Get into that mindset. Okay, I'm telling you, it is the truth, naked truth. Okay, so protect your dreams. Don't be afraid of the fire. Okay, if you are in a place where your world is shaking because you planted a dream and it's big and your life, reach out to me, PM me if you want to talk. Message me. I've got a whole team of people who will give you round the clock support, help you, give you advice, lift you up, believe with you, send their prayers and thoughts to you, and know that you've got, a support group who are always going to believe with you and support your dreams, and even give you ideas and stuff to help you make it come about and so forth, so that it's even more fruitful. Okay, so I mean, get plugged in. All right, if you feel alone and you're thinking nobody believes me, nobody believes me, I'm working so hard, whatever, and I have this dream to start something, and I come from a family that just doesn't understand. Reach out, okay? Reach out. We've got a lot of people in our teams that have great success. They'll always support you. We will support you, okay? So hope this helps, okay? And everybody, I want you to have a blessed day, be amazing. Okay. And again, if you have any questions, just reach out to me and give me a PM. Okay. Take care.